Hey guys, welcome back. This is Around the Scene, episode 7, coming to you guys right now. I'm PWO Ryan, and joining me today is Drac Esports' #1 fan. He hasn't heard that in a while. The one, the only, the original Hobbit. How you doing, man?
I am making it. I tried to take my tried to take it off mute. Just can't just quit the Discord. Got it.
Your stuff doesn't seem to want to work with us every time we bring you on.
Every time, man. Every time.
2 times now, and both times we're getting issues with you.
But you know, I'm doing well. I got my water.
Yeah, my water as
water.
well. If you didn't know, guys, this is episode 7 of Around the Scene. We're here every Wednesday to give you your fix on all things Rocket League. If you like this, please consider giving us a follow here or kicking us a subscription here on Twitch. Also consider giving us a buck over on patreon.com/playingwithrockets. All that money helps us fund our weekly Launchpad tournaments. We thank you guys for joining us, and we encourage you to discuss everything in chat. However, we are going to be ignoring you guys because we want to make a polished podcast for those who are going to be watching or listening later on youtube.com. And then shout out to our Patreon sponsors for the month of May. We got Father of 5 and Jonesy. Thank you guys so much for your support. We got a special announcement, though, don't we, Hobbit?
We do.
We're going to do it here at the top of the show for everybody.
Oh,
whoa, dude, kicking in all the subs. Thank you so much, man. But really quickly, we're going to go into it, guys. So we have a huge announcement here. This is, for those of you who normally watch Around the Scene for that, we're going to talk a little bit about playing with rockets. So if you don't like this, I'll have that fixed up for you guys so you don't skip it. But we do the Launchpad tournament every Monday, don't we, Hobbit?
Every Monday. You and I try to be there on Mondays.
We try to, but we have some issues every now and then. So this announcement pertains to our weekly Launchpad 3v3 that we do. This next week will be the 24th Launchpad. It will be the final time that we will be streaming that on our channel. That said, we are going to be streaming the Launchpad on twitch.tv/CoralSword from here on out every single Monday. Guys, me and Hobbit are going to be live in person. We're going to have access to a freaking studio. And we're going to be bringing you guys the Launchpad. How do you excited? I'm excited to see you every week, man. That's going to be fun.
Dude, I mean, the LAN was so much fun. I'm excited to see you dress up finally.
we're gonna be dressing up for this.
Well, I mean, I dress up all the time. I don't get to see you dressed up, so I'm excited to pick on you, make you dress up. But I'm more excited because it's such an awesome studio. I don't have to make coffee anymore because
it's a coffee shop
right next to me.
They're a coffee shop, man. But they have a sweet studio. If you haven't seen it before, Duke has linked it there for you guys in chat. This is the only time I'm going to be acknowledging you guys. He did link the correct channel there. Go take a look at it. It's a pretty sweet studio. But we're going to be able to cast from that every single week. We're going to have someone there producing the show. So it's not going to be me crappily producing it ever again. That the days of that are now going to be behind us. However, we are going to have access to that on Mondays. If we do a tournament that's not on a Monday, we will most likely be using this channel again for that. And then Around the Scene will continue to be on this channel. So this is still going to be a channel that we use. However, the Launchpad is just no longer going to be broadcast on here. We are moving it over. We are going to become a part of the Coral Sword lineup of things that they do. They were looking to beef up their stream schedule, and there was an opening. I sat down and met with them. we had a full-on discussion about this, and we agreed that this is something that we wanted to do. So that is going to be coming to you guys starting June 3rd. That'll be the very first time that we are casting from Coral Sword, and we'll be making announcements for that. We'll be tweeting about it. We'll be making sure that you guys all know about that when that comes around. And I mean, dude, it's so exciting because nobody has something like this. Nobody gets to just go cast from a studio except for the RLRS, RLCS stuff.
Right. Like no one no one casts from a studio. No one has like a backer like that because they'll be helping out a lot with the logistics.
Yeah.
To say the least, the logistics of everything. No one has that. It's always, the owner or his broadcasting team has to do it in-house. Someone who is most likely not familiar with it is jumping in to do it and learning on the job.
Yeah, and I'm going to be sitting down with them, and we're going to be like having meetings leading up to this so that they're going to be fully prepared and ready to go.
Right.
They're already going through and looking at all of our previous launch pads so that they can be ready for that. They understand what we do. So, guys, the quality of the launch pad, it's only going up, baby. It's only going up. The only way is up from here.
Plus,
for playing with rockets.
I want to hear no distractions from you. Then I won't have to sit there and wait for you to finish something. I'm
not gonna have to sit there and like try to type out team names. Like you're gonna have full on discussions, and we're also gonna be bringing you guys a pre-game show with that as well, where me and Hobbit are gonna sit down before the tournament and properly talk through all the teams and then lead you guys through it all. I am so excited to bring this to you guys. It's been a long time coming, but we finally got everything set in stone for that. And then on top of that, we already are in the process of trying to increase our weekly prize pools as well. So you're going to get to see some stuff from us on that. More coming soon on that, but you guys can expect us by the end of summer, you can expect that prize pool will increase beyond the $50 that we currently do. So guys, I hope you're ready. These tournaments are about to get bigger and bigger, so get ready for all that.
More on the logistics of that part later.
Yeah, it's coming soon. It's another bit of the pie that we're working on right now.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so that is a big announcement, guys. So if you like that, please go give Coral Sword a follow, because you'll be able to then see when we do all that stuff. They also do Smash tournaments. They do a bunch of other cool stuff. So if you're interested in like a variety type channel, they do a lot of different things. They produce all of it. It's really cool. So go give them a look. Still consider giving us a follows and stuff here. We are still going to be providing content here, so that's not going to change. Just the Launchpad tournament is the only thing that is moving off of this channel. So with that being said, you ready to go into this podcast?
I mean, yeah, I just can't talk about Coral Sword enough, but I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
Well, anything else you want to add before we move on?
I mean, it's not really for the viewers. It's more for the people that could come if you're in the Houston area.
If you're in the Houston area, you can come watch us casting live. Casting live,
that place is so cool. I smashed Ryan and Mastermind while there.
No, you didn't. You got the rules wrong. I got the rules wrong. We both lost that day.
You were the one to pick out the game.
We both lost that day. All right, so that's it for the special announcement, guys. If you came just for that, there you go. But if you came and you want to watch the rest of the show and hear our opinions on all things Rocket League, stick around. It's coming to you. So we're going to move on into the news segment. It's a slow week, so you can expect a lot more kind of discussion-based stuff today. For our today's news segment, we've got a massive, it's huge. We got 3 items. 3 items for the news today. So the first bit of news is the OCE regionals for the qualification for the RLCS LAN. That has concluded this previous weekend. The 2 teams that are moving on are going to be the Renegades, which is the team previously under the Chiefs roster. Renegades went and bought out that roster. That roster consisting of Torsos, Kami, and Zen. This is the team that Drippe was on, for those of you who may not understand any of that. Zen is the replacement for Drippe. And then the other team that qualified in an upset during the playoffs was Out of Order. The team everybody was expecting to join Renegades was Icon, which is the team formerly known as Tainted Minds. That team consisting of CJ, and all of them. But Out of Order has Jules, Siki, and Deca. We know none of these guys. We know none of them. So what are your thoughts here on the OCE deal? Because Renegades, I think, have a chance. I don't know anything about this Out of Order team, but I was more confident in Icon, considering they had that LAN experience, than I think I'm going to be about Out of Order.
I mean, the first thing is, man, that just kind of breaks my heart a little bit, you know, when the number 1 and number 2 team in league play doesn't make it. Like, it just kind of breaks my heart.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough.
But, you know, that means we might see which one, because OCE and SAM are very volatile regions for Rocket League, so it'll be like you don't know what's coming at LAN, so it should be cool, you know.
Yeah.
Not only is it like both regions when they go to LAN, well, when SAM goes to LAN for the first time, but like both of those regions, it's just what is going to happen. And on top of that, now the two teams that we've been saying all season, like, oh, these guys are going to LAN. Nope, one of them got knocked out. This even more unknown team basically is going. It's like, I'm excited because just we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe something crazy happens because I'll be going. It's going to be awesome, and I hope something crazy happens. If Out of Order is the first OC RLCS team, RLCS champions, that would be crazy.
That would be crazy. I don't expect that to happen.
No,
I'll be surprised if that happens because Icon, if I'm not mistaken, they've been dropped pretty much like first round at all the past RLCS. So I just
I
just don't know.
Happen, but I like that it's so like unknown that something could happen crazy. Yeah. But
no, and I like that too. I like that it's just the big like question mark of how's this gonna play out now that we're switching over to a group stage.
Stage? You got Sam coming in.
Yeah, like it's just a lot of factors.
You got an unknown team from an almost unknown region coming in. So it's cool. I like the upset. It breaks my heart a little bit, but the whole thing is like now it's even more cool.
No, I'm really excited to see how it turns out. I think it's gonna be great.
I'm excited.
No, me too. I mean, it's just so cool because like now that we've got Sam and stuff, and we got OCE joining, or they've been here. Going back to this though, I don't know that Out of Order are really going to stand much of a chance because they don't have the LAN experience that like Renegades have, for instance. I'm more confident that Renegades will make it out of groups. Even if Icon made it, I'm not sure that I would say like, oh, Icon's going to make it out of groups. Like Renegades, I do feel more confident, especially with the other bit of news that we'll get to here in a little bit. That kind of ties into this one as well. But Out of Order, Out of Order and the two SAM teams, like, they're the question marks. Like, nobody has seen these teams in a LAN environment before. Nobody knows how they're going to do. And I'm excited to see how it turns out, but I guess I'm more hopeful that they do something special than expecting of it.
Right.
I don't expect that these guys are going to be anything crazy. But if they turn out to be crazy, hell yeah, more power to them. Of course. That makes for a more exciting RLCS, which I'm going to be watching during a car ride. So there's that.
I'll send you updates.
Yeah, just text me updates. That's all I need.
So then question, because I feel bad, but I just don't follow OCE enough.
I mean, I
Like,
don't really either. I don't like it's one of those things that it's like
has
because they only
out of
have two
order,
coming in, and same with Sam, they only have two coming in. They're just not as big at the moment.
So has out of order played, you know, played NRG,
No,
Cloud9?
no.
Like
The
not in,
only
like,
the only other team in OCE who has touched any of these other teams is Icon. And yeah, so that's the thing is I'm just like I don't feel confident these guys have a chance. At least for the SAM teams, they can still try to play on the servers against NRG and those guys, but they're not playing like the whole team. Like the whole team's not queuing up and playing together really. They're doing scrims, but they're not doing that. So
yeah,
I mean,
you don't think they've scrimmed? Like
I doubt it. There's
Oh,
too much discrepancy on like the server deal that I can't expect they've
yeah, I mean, I
scrimmed or anything.
definitely understand. Like scrims would just be off. Australia to NA would just be off.
Oh no, they're you can't even try that.
But so yeah, I guess I was trying to think of how. That's what I was trying to think about before I asked. But like just maybe they've played. But no, dude,
I'm not confident that SAM teams have, and I'm not confident that Out of Order has.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't say for sure, but I'm like 90% positive that none of them have.
But man,
Renegade's the only one.
If you haven't played Vitality, if you haven't played against NRG, Cloud9, Dignitas, Barcelona, oh god,
no, it's gonna be a really rough battle for these guys, and I mean, I hope that they make it out of groups. I don't
now
see
I mean man. On the flip side, all those teams haven't played them.
Yeah, but they've played at such a high level that it's not even a question as to like who I'd put money on. Like, and the way NRG's been playing, holy hell, man. Like, they're gonna just
what?
I think this is the year, man.
I want Out of Order to make it to the second round.
If Out of Order can make it out of groups, I'll be proud of them.
That's what I'm gonna hope for. Just because
if any of the OCE or SAM teams aside from Renegades make it out, I'll be proud as hell of those guys. I'll be like, first time and you're doing this? Way to go, you. Way to go. You did it.
Right.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
Even if they get dropped first round of the bracket outside of groups, I don't care. You made it out of groups. You surpassed 4 other teams.
Renegades is because they bought
Renegades is the previous Chiefs team.
Right. Yeah, Chiefs. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean they've played enough.
Yeah.
But any other teams, man, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and Renegades has been to like other lands. I think they were there for WSOE. They may have been there for Dreamhack. Like Icon and them were so expected to like get out of regionals that like Icon is still coming to Dreamhack Dallas. They were invited to Dreamhack Dallas. Like they were one of the 2 teams expected to make it to this. So the fact they didn't is pretty huge. I don't know that we can really say too much more to it, but Out of Order, man, I hope they make it. I hope that they do something special here. I hope that they really burst onto that international scene and they make a big splash. Like I'm hoping for them, and I hope the same for the SAM teams. But I'm not holding my breath.
Right. So. Yeah. I mean, man, just
yeah.
Kind of, it just hurts, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of fun being there, man. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
I will have a lot of fun being there. I mean, shout out to Duke, shout out to KG Saucy. We're gonna be living it up there. Oh my god, yeah, that's gonna be fun.
All right, so do you have anything else you want to add to that one? Are you pretty good?
No,
you're pretty satisfied on that one.
I'm very satisfied.
Okay.
It breaks my heart for the upset, but I'm excited. I'm more excited than ever now.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next bit of news for you guys. The fan rewards for RLCS attendees have been released, and basically they're just titanium white ninja wheels. They're basically just a recycled design. Like they have it like slightly updated. There's nothing really to it. What are your thoughts on that as an attendee? Do you care much for the wheels? Does that really like a big deal for you or not? There are people who said they weren't going now because of the wheels.
So, as an attendee, one, I have not used a decal or a wheel since Esports Items came out. I have not used a non esports item since the esports shop came out.
That's saying pretty much. I've used some of the Rocket Pass items.
I don't even know any of the Rocket Pass items because I just click OK. I don't even look at it anymore because I'm not going to use it.
Oh, come on. Use the little explosion.
I was going to ask you today. I didn't even know where it came from because I haven't looked at it because I've just been using the esports item. I enjoy it. I enjoy my Cloud9 skin.
You're a very simple man.
I'm a simple man.
You're like, I got my Cloud9, I got NRG, I got Vitality or whatever. You know, this is solid. This is all I need to be content in life.
And with point number one, I got a key from the Rocket Pass, and so I was like, ooh, I want a different Toon Sketch boost. Let me go see. And then I was like, I don't even care. So I'm just going to keep the key. I'm not opening any crates. I just keep it.
I just open crates. I'm just like, I don't have any other use for this thing. I'm just going to just pop open a crate.
Right. Point number one is that I've only used esports items. I do not care about any items that I acquire now are pointless to me. Two, I'm not going to LAN for an esports item for a LAN item.
Yeah.
I don't care about it from point number one, and two, I'm going for the tournament.
See, that's my thought too. I'm like, if I got the ticket, like I'm going for the tournament. Like I don't care about this wheel. I mean, like I would like it'd be cool if it was like more unique, but like, am I really gonna use it outside of the stuff I've already got? Probably not.
Yeah. Point number two, I paid to go to Newark, New Jersey to go to RLCS. I didn't go see Newark. I didn't go to hang out in New Jersey. I went for RLCS.
I mean, there are people who legitimately have like canceled their plans to go and like refunded their ticket because they're like, I don't like the wheels.
So that leads into point number three. If you were to do this for the esports item, you're out of your mind.
Well, because people they do it so that they can sell it and basically like recoup all the money that they spend to get there. That's what some people do, man. They like, you know what? They like hold on to it for like a while.
If you are spending that much money on an item that, like this year, 1,000 more than 1,000 people are gonna have, you're also out of your mind. Like, I would never like. Because I know what you're talking about because I think Duke linked it or maybe you linked it.
Yeah, no, it's what Duke linked. He showed us like this guy who was like, oh, it's just that. No, I'm not going. He's like, I'm
that's not going to recoup the money. You know, I got to spend $1,000 to go to LAN, and that's not worth $1,000. It shouldn't be worth $1,000. You should never have the thought that item is going to be worth $1,000.
I mean, I guess like if you're closer and it's really not going to be that expensive, maybe.
I mean,
but I'm going because I want to see the tournament. Like, I don't care about this stupid wheel. Like, I'm probably never going to touch it. It's probably just going to sit in my inventory, gather dust. I mean, to be honest, I would probably just be like, hey, does someone want this? Like, $40, it's yours. Like, I don't care. Like, I probably would just sell it and be like, I'm not going to use this. Who cares?
You know,
but I'm not looking to make like $1,000 on it. I'm not even looking to make 100. I'd be like, 20 will do.
That's what was going through my mind. I was like, I could understand $50, $100 for the item.
Yeah, I mean that's basically how much you paid for the ticket.
Right, $40.
Yeah,
but $1,000. which makes me think like, because this guy is gone. I think this guy went to a lot of lands. You were making $1,000. Link me up. Who are you selling this to, man? I want to know.
I think there are like still codes out from like the first time they did this for like those wheels. And like those ones I think are like probably something like 300 to 500. Like they're more expensive now.
I want to pay for my kid's education. Selling this Rocket League item.
Sending my kid to college. Buy this, please.
I have the first lands Rocket League item code.
But so okay. So this leads into the second part of this news as well, which is because of the fact that it's basically just a reskin of an already designed wheel. There was nothing special to it. It has spawned, in a funny way, it spawned a hashtag wheel design contest within the community where everybody has just been creating these wheels and just posting them on the Rocket League subreddit and the RL Esports subreddit. And some of the designs are like really, really cool. And some of the designs are like really derpy, or there was one that was like disturbing. It was basically like this guy, he was like, oh, here's my entry for the wheel design contest. And it was like a GIF, like he went into some modeling program and he made this GIF of a Dominus with arms and legs in place of the wheels, like walking across the screen. And then it walked off screen, and then it walks back on, and it like stands up on the back two legs and then lays back down.
With that said, I'm surprised it took this long for like a wheel competition.
I don't know if it's actually a competition. It's just like
no, but not a sanctioned competition.
Yeah.
But like, I'm surprised. Like, people have been complaining about the wheel designs, and you know, they've done a lot better job. I mean, and then they're being also very open about they're trying to do better. You know, we're not gonna have 7 tiers of the same item, just adding a little sparkle at the. Like, they've been open about, hey, we're gonna do better at this. We're gonna do better at that.
Yeah.
So with all of that, like when it gets to the point where the company comes out and goes, hey, we heard what you're saying, you hate these recycled designs, we're not going to do that, we're going to limit them, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So I'm surprised it took that long for like a create your own wheel contest. And then on the other side, it's like, you just came out right before this Rocket Pass about recycled designs, and then you picked a recycled design.
Yeah.
For your OCS item. Come on, man. But back to point number 1. I'm not gonna use the item.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. I'm like, it really
but
doesn't matter.
Maybe I'll use it for the first day. But I am just not going to land for the item they give me.
Yeah. No, I'm the same as you. Okay, so really hang on one sec. Let me make this. So I actually found what I was talking about real quick for you.
Oh no. Oh no.
So I'm gonna show it to you really quickly, okay, man? You ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Oh no.
It's so bad.
You're putting it on the stream overlay?
Yeah, everybody will be able to see it, even those who are watching right now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna transition over. All right, you ready for this? So this is one of the designs that someone submitted. You ready?
Yeah. I'm not, but oh no. No.
This is what people have come up with, man.
Man, he didn't make the front. See, it would have been cooler if like the back legs or the front legs were and if he got it to like jump.
Yeah, I feel like you had to do an aerial or something.
That would have been that.
Yeah.
That's still just.
That's just a taste of what some people have been coming up with. And it's like, it's been really cool just to see like all the people coming up with these ideas and stuff. Some have actually been like really neat wheel designs that it's like, dude, I would love to see that in the game. They also have some really funny ones like that it's just like, okay, that's hilarious that anybody would even think to do that.
Right.
Let alone twisted that you'd come up with that one.
Right. Yeah, dude. I mean, that is just,
you got a special mindset to be doing that one.
that reminds me, like that reminds me of what is it? The what's his name? Sid from Toy Story.
No, that was like what some of the comments were talking about.
Sid
Was like,
Toy
are you
Story,
Sid?
the little car that has the body, has the body of the toy in the car.
Yes.
Like, that's what it reminded me of.
No, that's whenever I saw it, I was like, that's exactly what I thought of too.
Oh.
So yeah, they've come up with all this stuff, guys. If you haven't seen any of this stuff, go take a look at it. You can find it all over the subreddits and stuff. Just type in #wheel design contest, all one word. And there's some really cool stuff, and you also can find weird ones like that in it too. Some are just like meme-y and stuff like that one. They're really cool. Just seeing the creativity that the community has is always interesting, because you don't know like what some of the people in the community are capable of until something like this pops up and they decide, oh, I'm gonna do this, and you're like, oh, like there's a lot of talent in this community, even if it's not within Rocket League, just in creation wise. Like, it's just kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the idea. Like, think of how like people are always complaining about the wheels and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not cool, blah blah. Or, oh, like this one's gonna break the market, or this one sucks. We can't sell this one for enough keys.
I don't think there's been
whatever.
one that's broken the market yet. If Alpha Items haven't broken it, I don't think anything can.
Right. Well, that would just, how easy, easiest thing to get a product out, right?
Yeah.
Outsource it.
Well, and that's one of the things too, is it's like, it'd be so neat if they did that for like the RLCS attendees and just said, hey, we're doing a wheel design contest. You as the attendees get to vote on what the item is.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like,
be cool.
here's like the top 4 designs that we had submitted to us. And then like at the event, there's just like a booth on the way out that's like, you just go check which one you liked the most. I mean, wouldn't that be cool though? Because then it's like you have that fan interaction, you have the community interaction with Psyonix and stuff. Like, it's one of those crazy things that it's like Psyonix has so much opportunity for interactions within the community that they just don't seem like they're aware of. And it's just like, man, like, y'all can do some really cool stuff. And who knows, you could find some talent that you want to hire too in that process. Like, there's just so many cool things that they can do, and it's just like, it's unfortunate when they missed opportunities like that, because it's like there's a lot of talent out in the community, like crazy talented people. There was like Tron wheels for one of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I wasn't even talking about just RLCS. I was expanding that. I mean,
yeah.
Hey, in the new crate, let's have we're going to be launching a new crate, because they list out, when things are going to be coming out. Like, hey, the crate's coming out in 5 months. We're going to have a contest.
Yeah, like a fan. They have like the player's choice crate. Have like a fan design crate. That'd be so freaking cool.
A fan design crate.
Like, that'd be so neat.
Awesome.
Like, how many cool items could you cram into this thing?
Design the wheels.
Yeah, like, put it out to the whole community. They design boosts. They design decals. Like, you'd have so many submissions from people who aren't even in the community, and it brings those people into the community too, because they're like, oh, that's really neat. Like, I want to be a part of that now. And it's like, they have so many cool ways that they can expand the community and interact with the community, and it just sucks because it's like they pass these up, and it's one of those things that, like, I just kind of wonder, I'm like, is it one of those things that, like, maybe they don't realize they're passing it up, or is it just one of those things that it's like they kind of want to avoid the hassle of? Because it's like they could easily just say, like, hey, you submit your designs, and then we'll pick the ones that we like the best. We'll put them in this crate, and we'll kind of edit them to fit Rocket League a little better. Because some of the designs you kind of look at them, you're like, okay, that won't really fit with kind of the scheme of Rocket League, and I mean the hands and feet, for instance. But it's like some of the stuff, like even some of the designs, like they're really neat, but at the same time, like you kind of look at it, you're like, that's not really like the texture and stuff of Rocket League. So some of it needs like some workshopping and stuff. But it's just, there's so many opportunities here that it's like, I'd love to see them expand in it. And this hashtag wheel design contest is just a cool thing. Despite the fact that like they're having this kind of backlash from some people about the stupid attendees wheels, that it's like, let's be honest, with all the stuff out there, are you really going to use these for more than a week? Like, I'm totally honest, are you really going to use them beyond a week?
Some people
before
are.
They just sit in your inventory and do nothing.
Yeah, I get it. Some people are, but man, I'm just not worried about it.
No.
But
man.
I was thinking, yeah, it might be a hassle though for a wheel or
I mean,
just
it might be a
creation
hassle, but it'd just be one of those things that like it'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, depending, like, what if they do get a lot of entries and they got to worry about copyright?
I mean, it'd be one of those things.
Wheels.
Huh?
They got to sort through the countless meme wheels that are gonna be in
I mean,
there.
who knows though? Like, there's people who'd probably want meme wheels in there.
I
you
would.
know?
I think
there's
it'd be
plenty
funny.
There's plenty. Like, the Rocket League community is full of meme people,
No, and
memesters and stuff. Like, they would jump on the opportunity. A wheel with Turbo's face or Rizzo's face on it. Like, are you kidding me? People would just die for that.
Right, but at the same, well, actually, let me take back what I said because I still wouldn't use them. But
you'd use them for like a day, or if you wanted to make like a meme car for just like a session.
Yeah, but yeah, I and that's my fear. I know the Rocket League community would jump on that if they officially. But yeah, they could literally make a meme crate because that's what 60% of the entries are going to be. 70%, that still might be lowballing.
There's actually like that's one of the surprising things is a lot of the wheel design contest stuff I've seen have actually been like pretty nicely designed wheels. I've actually I think seen more nice designs than meme designs.
That's honestly surprising.
Yeah, no, it really is. But at the same time, it's also like people who can do that kind of stuff probably aren't gonna be as willing to put in the time to like make a meme. And probably would rather make something like better and serious looking in the hopes that something happens with it.
Right.
But, I don't know. It's just kind of cool to talk about. I mean, I'm interested. I would love to see Psyonix do some community interaction with something like that. A fan design crate would be the coolest thing ever. Like, that would seriously be awesome. It could be like an annual thing. Once a year, they put out a deal saying, submit your entries, and like over the course of 6 months or so they have plenty of entries, they just receive submissions, and then each year towards the end of the year they release a fan design crate. Like, that'd be cool because crates aren't going anywhere. You know, they're still gonna keep making them.
Of course. Hey Epic, you're hearing this right? Fan design crate.
All right, you got anything else you want to add to this one?
No, I'm fan design crates, got it.
Sweet. Moving on to our third news item. Man, we're actually like having some solid conversation despite these being like only 3 items. So this one, let's talk, before I introduce it, let's talk about it momentarily, and then we can talk a little more about it down later on. Okay? You'll understand what I mean here in a little bit. I'll explain. So the third news item is the RLCS group stage is being redone. So last week we talked about what the group stage currently looks like, where the OCE teams were going to sit in that and everything. Like, everything was set in stone, it looked like. Liquipedia has recently confirmed the group stage will be remade. So the groups that we talked about last week, they are now null and void. You can scrap all of our predictions and stuff on that until they release the new setup. That hasn't been released as of yet, but hopefully My bet is that at the end of this coming weekend, they'll release that. At the end of the relegation promotion tournament stuff this weekend, they'll release all that information. That's my bet. So we'll see. I'm betting Sunday is when they'll be like, hey, here's what the group stage looks like. Boom. So have you seen what the group stage stuff was? Did you see any of that stuff?
I didn't see what they released. I know a few podcasts back, you explained through what the group stages were. No, I didn't see what the official group stages were going to be, but I did see, actually, surprisingly, before the notification on our I know I see that face. I saw it before y'all put it in the Discord. It was surprising to me too.
Surprising. You're actually on top of news. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
Well, that was the only thing that I saw before, but yeah, I mean, I kind of find it weird, but maybe
no, I know it personally. I'm happy about it. So this is like the piece of paper that I wrote everything on last week. So here's what the groups were. Now that we have the OCE information, this is what it would have been. It's going to change now. So last week, as we knew it, it was going to be for Group A, it was going to be NRG, Out of Order, and Triple Trouble.
Oof.
Yeah. Group B was going to be Renault Vitality, INTS Esports, which is one of the SAM teams. That's number 2 from SAM.
Right.
Or I think number 2. Maybe I can't remember. And then Rogue. That's Group B. Group C was going to be Renegades. This is like the group of death right here, man. One of these teams was going to be going home really sad. Group C was going to be Renegades, FC Barcelona, and G2 Esports.
Oof.
Yeah. That was going to be a rough group.
I don't want to see... Yeah, I'll keep going.
And then Group D was going to be Low Key Esports, which is one of the SAM teams, Cloud9, and PSG. So that's what the groups were going to be. I'm willing to bet they were probably changing it so that the number 1 seed of OCE didn't have such a difficult group.
Yeah.
Because the second seed for OCE, Out of Order, almost looks like they had an easier group with Triple Trouble and NRG. Like, Triple Trouble, though, was still doing very well in league play for EU. So it's like, I look at all these groups and I'm like, really? The SAM teams and the OCE teams, I'm like, it's going to be a struggle for you guys. Like, no matter what group you get put in, like, this just looks like an utter struggle for you guys. Like,
right, and that's what I was thinking about. I wanted you to finish Group D first, but it's like every single group I'm like,
yeah, it's just brutal. You look at it and you're like, these poor teams.
But then at the same time, it's like, man, the SAM or the OCE in any group besides a group of themselves is
going to make it out of group stage. I just don't see it happening. The only one that, again, I think has a chance of breaking out of groups is Renegades. But if they are in Group C with Barcelona and G2, I start to second guess it.
Wait, and so remind me, it's 6 teams coming out of groups.
8 teams. So groups will. So it's going to be 4 groups of 3 teams.
Yeah, so it's
2 teams from each group make it out into the bracket.
Okay, I think Renegades could get out.
Well, who do you think they would beat then? Barcelona or G2? Who do you think they would stand a better chance with? I just don't see it. Like,
I would say if Renegade gets out, it would be G2 not making it.
Yeah.
That would be
G2 is like the one that I kind of think would probably be the one that doesn't make it, but I'm just like, I don't know. I genuinely believe that switching it over to a group stage benefits groups that have struggled in the double elimination bracket.
No, I definitely
Like, I think it benefits
you know,
groups like that and that they're going to do better. I think that this, to a fundamental level, changes how some of these groups are going to perform. That's to be seen, but I think that this is a big enough change that, like, we're going to see teams that choked really early on in the double elimination bracket do a lot better this season.
right. Yeah, I mean, so I think with the old one, if an OCE team is making it out of group stage, it's going to be Renegades.
Yeah, that's what I
with
think too.
G2 falling. And then for Sam, remind me again, the two Sam groups.
The two SAM groups, it's Group B with Renault Vitality and Rogue. Rogue, I could see possibly dropping there. But, I mean, again, we don't really know what the skill level of these SAM teams is.
Exactly.
So
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Sam, I find hard even to beat Rogue.
Yeah, and then Group D, I just don't see it happening. It's going to be low-key Esports versus C9 and PSG.
No, that team's not
happening
that
either.
Team make it out.
Yeah, I don't see them. Group A and D, I don't see anybody aside from the NA and EU teams making it out. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Rogue and G2 would drop.
Yeah, those are the only two that I could see possibly falling out to the OCE or SAM teams. But even then, I'm just like, for the SAM one, I'm like, I just don't know. We don't know what the skill level is. We've only seen them compete against other SAM teams. How are they going to do in a live environment against a team as well known as G2 and who has as much experience behind them as G2 and as much funding as behind them as G2 does? They've got a lot of experience in LAN scenarios that I'm just like, I don't know that I really would be willing to bet on G2 or at least Rogue against SAM team. G2, I think Renegades has a lot more experience compared to these other three teams from SAM and OCE.
Yeah.
So that
I think
I feel much more confident in, but I still just don't know.
If we're gonna have a SAM or OCE team come out of groups, you're completely right. It's the only chance is Renegades versus G2.
Yeah.
I don't see anything else I basically just see almost just a normal LAN happening without.
Yeah, I almost question if we're going to see just an NA-EU final bracket.
Yeah.
I'd be sad if that's the case, but
right.
It's really tough, man. And so I'm curious what this new remake is going to look like. I think they're going to try and benefit Renegades better, though. I think they're going to try and put OCE. I'm thinking they're going to try and put Renegades in a better position than what they've currently got, because right now that's really unfair setup for them. I think that they have a much better chance against Rogue than some of these other teams have. I think of all the teams, I think Rogue is the one that could drop the easiest among NA and EU. I love Kronovi, but that's what I think.
No, I agree. Yeah, Rogue would definitely drop the easiest. Now, if Renegade played Rogue, I could see that.
I could see Renegades winning that.
I could see Renegade taking them out.
Yeah, I could see them possibly beating G2, but it's debatable.
I think it sucks that they're redoing brackets to basically force feed a region in.
Well, we don't know that for sure until we see it. That's what a lot of the speculation has been online from people, is that they think that this remake is being done to benefit them. That's what people are saying. That's what they expect this to be. I'm not sure. Really, I would just like to see them maybe swap some of the SAM and OCE teams around, but leave everything else the same.
Well, still doing the same thing.
Kind of, but it's not as, like, forced to an extent. I mean, you put Renegades with some of these other teams, I still think that it's a toss-up.
No, I mean, and the thing is, Renegades versus Rogue is still a toss-up.
Yeah, no, and, like, that's my ultimate problem, is I think no matter who you put them up against, I think it's a toss-up. I think that they would like to try and make it so it's not just an NAEU deal, but that's tough, man. I mean, it's a pretty stacked
Give it a couple
tournament.
seasons, and Sam should be able to play anyone.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
But you got anything else you want to add to that one?
No.
Okay.
I'm interested to see how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be some unique stuff there. So that concludes our news segment. We're gonna move on to the roster shuffle, which is just our segment where we go over any players that are being moved around among the teams, whether it's Bubble Scene, RLRS, pros, etc., etc. Just to have one item on this. Zeus has officially joined Loaf Bread Sports, which is a huge one. He's got a lot of firepower for them. I know you're pumped about that. I'm excited to start casting those games whenever we start broadcasting from Coral Sword.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's a really good one.
I love when they join the tournament.
Yeah, I like Lights Out, Loaf Bread Sports. Those are two of my, like, I have a lot of teams I really love, but they're ones that's just like, I love having them come in and play. Like, they're just fun to cast. They're a great org. I love them. So Zeus, he's bringing a lot of firepower to this team. I'm really excited to see how Loaf Bread Sports do as they kind of progress.
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing Loaf come in. So having a new little roster will be interesting.
Little roster shuffle in there.
Roster shuffle.
Little shimmy. But yeah, so that's all we got for the roster news for you guys. So that concludes the roster shuffle. So now we're going to move on to our final segment of the evening. This is just going to be our freewheeling segment. We kind of did away with that viewer mail segment just because nobody wanted to ask us questions. Or we got questions, but it would only be from like one or two people. So we're going to do a freewheeling segment. So now we're just going to discuss whatever the heck we want. And what I would like to discuss is predictions for the promotion relegation tournaments this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Let me.
So we'll talk about NA first. So the teams that are in this are going to be Birds and the Bees from RLRS, Peeps from the RLRS. Then we have Evil Geniuses and Splice from the RLCS. What are you making of that?
So it's EG, Splice, Birds and the Bees, and the Peeps.
Yes.
Ooh.
What do you think of that?
I want Splice to go all the way.
You want Splice to make it?
I want Splice to make it, man.
Really? Why? What makes you want Splice to make it? I mean, I just asked because like they're just not a team I care for.
I really and truly, I don't care for all four of these teams.
What?
But
what?
I just I really don't have a reason. It's kind of like my Drac Esports, man. I really because I don't know. Remember, I was rocking the Splice for a long time. I just kind of, I don't know, had to pick a team at one point that wasn't like a main team, and I picked Splice. They're the team that I'm gonna go with.
Okay, so
it also helps that two of the players are on my my roster, but
fantasy's done. You and me lost. We choked, man. Let's move on. So okay, you got Splice. Among the other three, who do you think is gonna be coming back or going into RLCS this next season? You got Splice.
So the biggest problem for me is I haven't watched a lot of games from all four of those teams. So that's my biggest problem. But if I'm going strictly on teams that I would want to stay in,
okay,
I would like for Splice, Evil Geniuses to maintain,
to hold their positions,
for orgs to build.
Okay.
And also I've watched Corrupted G for a while, actually.
Okay.
Also,
so final answer here.
Final answer.
Okay. So Splice and EG, you want them to hold their positions.
I would like to, because I would like I'd like
So I've got two here for you, okay? What I want to happen and what I think is gonna happen.
Oh God. Okay. I like to just go on feels.
No, I have to go on both here.
Yeah, Esports #1 fan.
You know, I like to sit here and still provide some accurate predictions and stuff. You know, I predicted 5 of the RLRS teams for play-in, so I gotta keep providing that stuff. You know. I'm just gonna throw out facts there, man.
Little facts.
You predicted one at least.
Wait, what?
You predicted one at least.
I did.
Okay, so I think that. So what I want to happen is Evil Geniuses stay, and Birds and the Bees make it.
Okay.
Those are the two that I would like to see in it. I'm a fan of the Peeps too, but if I had to pick between Birds and the Bees and Peeps, I think I would like to see Birds and the Bees more. I think they'll do I think they have a better chance than the Peeps do to really kind of bring it to some of these teams. Peeps did really well in the Dreamhack qualifiers for Valencia this past weekend. But that aside, I still think that Birds and Bees, based on the league play, are going to have a better chance. So that's what I want to happen. What I think is going to happen is Birds and the Bees and Peeps both make it. We get a full double team swap. Both RLCS teams drop to RLRS. Both RLRS teams move up to RLCS. That's what I think is going to happen.
Hurts when that happens.
That's what I think is going to happen. For NA, at least.
Yeah, so I won't be surprised. I definitely concur. I just won't be surprised. Birds and the Bees and the Peeps come in strong and just take their spots.
Yeah.
Man.
That's what I think is going to happen, because Birds and the Bees and Peeps, they're coming off a stellar season. They did really well.
Stellar.
Splice and EG coming off very bad seasons. I think that despite the fact that we have a week break, like a double week break here, I still think that momentum carries, and I think that the RLRS teams are feeling good enough that they're just going to kick the crap out of these RLCS teams. At least that's for NA what I think.
Yeah, dude, I mean, Karma plays
tough.
well. Karma cleaned up my roster. Man.
Yeah, it's tough. So
It is
that's NA.
But I definitely concur.
Yeah, you think it's gonna be the same?
It hurts to even.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Hurts
I don't
to even
want that
think
to happen.
about it. But dude, the sweep is likely.
That's what I think. So that's NA. That's our predictions on that. We'll find out this weekend if we're even remotely accurate. Moving over to EU, and then we'll close out the podcast. The teams for the EU promotion relegation tournament coming from RLCS are the Bricks and Mouse Esports. And then coming from RLRS is Veloce Esports and Complexity Gaming. I don't know how familiar you are with the teams here and the players on them. Veloce has Flame, Freaky, and Niels Cook. Complexity has Magnus, Greasymeister, and Flakes. And then the Bricks has Mystic, Cookseer, and Speed. And then Mouse Esports has Alex, Tigray, and Alat.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen almost all of these players play, and I've definitely seen Complexity play. I've definitely saw the Bricks and Mouse Sports play.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
So okay, what do you think is gonna happen, and what do you want to happen?
I didn't watch enough RLRS to accurately predict what I think is gonna happen.
Okay.
I didn't watch enough EU this season. That was my problem. I watched a lot of NA this season, thankfully. Thankfully, I got the grind going. I watched a lot of NA.
Well, do you want me to give you my thoughts then?
No, let me. My job. I'm gonna guess what you're gonna pick.
Okay.
So, because I know you're gonna pick accurately, and I'm gonna pick off of.
I'm gonna pick accurately. You're that confident. I'm gonna pick accurately.
Yeah, no, you're gonna get everything wrong. So I'm gonna pick the opposite of what you're picking.
There we go. That's the banter we need for this quality content. You know,
of course.
People don't watch us to agree. They watch us to be at each other's throats the whole time. You know,
quality content. So I think Mouse Sports, from the few games this season that I did get to watch them play, I think they're staying in.
So wait, who?
I think Mouse Esports.
Okay.
From the few games that I did get to watch them this season, I think they're staying in. I think someone else is gonna go. Man.
I love watching this struggle in you. I love watching this struggle to figure out what you think.
And what is it, Veloce or Veloce?
Veloce.
Okay, Veloce. I'm going with Veloce.
So you think Mouse Esports and Veloce?
Mouse Sports.
That's what you think is going to happen.
Mouse Sports for sure. I think is going to happen.
Okay.
And I want to happen actually. It's lining up for me.
Okay.
But my second choice, I have no idea, and I'm going to go Veloce.
Okay. So what do you want to happen?
Ooh.
So that's what you think's going to happen. What do you want to happen? Do you even care?
I don't care.
Okay, then you don't have to give me what you want if you don't.
I like the orgs.
Okay.
I want the orgs to keep going, and complexity has been in for a while. So I want complexity to sneak their butts back in. Okay.
Yeah. So what you think it's going to be is Veloce and Mouse, and what you want is Mouse and complexity?
I think Veloce and Mouse Esports
are what you think is going to happen.
Is what I think. What I want is Mouse Esports and complexity.
Okay. So that's your thoughts on all that.
Yeah.
I think Mouse Esports don't stand a chance.
Oh, crap.
So, Mouse Esports got thrashed this season.
I watched them early season, and they didn't do terrible.
They were not good.
They did not do bad the first.
Yeah, in terms of results, though, they were 8th in EU. They got thrashed. And I bring it up like on almost every podcast, but it's just so funny to me. Leaf did an interview with Tigre on Mouse Esports before their match with FC Barcelona, and he goes, "What do you guys think you need to change going into this game? Like, they're faster. Like, what types of things do you need to change? Because like y'all aren't doing very well." And Tigre just goes, "No, we don't need to change anything. Like, it's fine as it is. Like, we're great as we are." And like you could see it on Leaf's face, like he was kind of sitting there like, "No, you're not. Say something else. You're wrong."
Yeah, I forgot.
And it was one of those things that you sat there, you're like, why are you not gonna say that you're changing anything? You need to change something. You're bottom of the barrel this season. Change something. Anything, for the love of God.
You know what? I'm looking at. I just went through their seasons.
Yeah.
Their season 7 play-ins. So the 2 weeks that I watched the Europe gameplay is week 2 and 3, where they went 3-1 against Triple Trouble and 2-3 against the Bricks.
Yeah. Those are the only 2 close games they had.
But I'm looking at everything else.
It's bad. It's really bad. So I think Mouse Esports is a dud. I don't think they're making anything, nor do I want them to make anything. They're just bleh to me. Like, you're gonna tell me that you're not changing anything? Get out of here! No, you don't deserve to be here.
I completely forgot. As soon as you started talking about that interview, I was like,
no, it's this team.
I picked them. I remember this.
So I think that Mouse Esports, they don't make it. After that, it kind of is like a toss up to me. What I think is gonna happen, or what I want to happen. What I want to happen is I think Bricks and Veloce. I think they make it. Veloce is undefeated this season, similar to the Birds and the Bees. They did really well in league play. They're coming off a super high on that. So I think Veloce what I want is Veloce and Bricks. I would love to see Cooksier stay in RLCS. I don't want to see him and Mystic and Speed drop out of it. So that's what I want. What I think is going to happen, though, is same as NA. I think we're going to see a flip. I think we're going to see RLCS, RLRS swap again. Because Complexity, that's a solid team. And then on top of it, they've got Flakes, who is an intense ones player. He's like Fairy Peak, Scrub Killer caliber. He's really good.
Right.
So I think that, and I mean, they pulled off, they won the exact games that they needed to win in that final week. They were under a lot of pressure. They pulled it off, and they won the games that they had to win to get to the promotion relegation tournament. I think they're feeling really good after doing that. I think that they take it. Veloce, I just don't have a question. I really just think that Veloce is going to come out winner of the whole promotion relegation tournament. I think that they take down Complexity, Mouse Esports, and Bricks. I think they just crush all of them.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I think is going to happen. What I want to happen, though, is I would love to see Cooksier stay. I'd love to see Veloce come in.
Yeah. I mean, looking through Veloce, I'm glad my thinking complete guess was accurate. I definitely think they're making it in.
Yeah.
With just like a stellar season like they had. Man.
Yeah, it's tough. You got anything else you want to add, though? Or are you pretty set on that?
I'm just laughing. Like, the only memory that I have of Mouse Esports is their only 2 good weeks.
You tuned into the only 2, man. I love it. Like, that was, whenever you're saying it, like, I'm just over here smiling. I was just like, oh, he's in for a rude awakening.
Yeah.
I don't think a single person's betting on them.
No.
All right. So you're good on that?
Oh, I'm good.
All right, guys. Whew, that was a great podcast, man. Good job. That was nice. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Once again, please consider following us here on Twitch and all that jazz. We'll be uploading this episode to YouTube and YouTube later on. I was going to say SoundCloud, but we haven't done that one in a while because they want us to pay, and we don't have that. So if you missed the live recording, you'll be able to watch it on YouTube later on. And then we'll be back this Monday. It's going to be the final Launchpad on this channel, and then starting June 3rd we'll be over on twitch.tv/CoralSword only for the Launchpad. Around the Scene will still continue here as it is, and then we'll try to see if we can bring some other stuff here as well. Do you have anything else you want to add before we close out?
No, I mean, thank you for having me on the podcast. I wish I had watched more EU now.
Next season.
Next season.
All right, guys. This has been Around the Scene presented by Playing with Rockets. I'm Ryan. That's OGHobbit. You can follow us on Twitter with those little tags under our names right there. But thank you so much for tuning in with us. It's been our pleasure to have you with us tonight. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever it may be. We'll see you next time.